What's up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped. One of my minifigures was in the way. Uh, so yeah, welcome to the VLogz 152, which is my last video of the year. And you know how yesterday, this year I decided to do 2 videos at the end of the year, where I usually only do like one. Because yesterday I did my video talking about 2019 in a nutshell. Well, today this is actually a very special occasion. I'm going to be talking about the 2010s in a nutshell. So this one's going to be a lot more brief, hell, a lot more brief than yesterday's video, because I did expect yesterday's video to be so long because I talked about literally like about 40 things in like 45 minutes. But yeah, you may have seen my post on Twitter. Where it says I finally did that meme where it says me at the start of the decade versus me at the end of the decade. I've been wanting to do that for for a few months now, and I waited till the end of the year to do it. So I had my mom help me find a picture of me from 2010 because she's been on Facebook a lot longer than I have, and I didn't join Facebook or YouTube until 2011. So yeah, the earliest videos of mine I could have pulled from was 2011. So I had her find. She was able to find something specifically from the spring of 2010. So yeah, I'll talk about this whole decade in a nutshell. Like, I forgot to say yesterday, but 2019, it was a great year for entertainment. But I feel like for me personally, like, you know, my personal life and whatnot, I feel like it was a lot better than most. It wasn't perfect, but it was definitely one of the better years for me personally. And I, the 2010s, it's very interesting because I I finished middle school in 2010 and I started high school in 2010. And it literally just feels like fucking yesterday that I was in my freshman year of high school. I mean, good lord, it. It's funny how time flies by so damn fast, and it's like, you look at me now. I've I've gone from still being in middle school at the start of the decade to living in my own place by the end of it. So, and sustaining my own home, and yeah, I'm very proud of myself for sustaining my own home, and yeah, I every decade has a defining, feature of it. The 80s and 90s have their defining traits. The 2000s has its defining trait. However, I think even earlier on in the decade, I was able to pick up on this. I tried to figure out what was this decade's defining trait. Whereas I think last decade's defining trait was like the rise of, the internet. And I feel like this decade's defining trait is the rise of internet culture and social media. And I was talking about this a little bit with Tyler uh, a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, this decade is very different from the last. I heard someone say that the first half and the second half of 2010, both halves feel like 2 different decades. I don't know. I kind of agree with that a little bit, but I don't know. This decade's been very, very interesting. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I've seen YouTubers talking about doing like they've done like 10 videos just doing like debates for like game of the decade and this, that, and the other. Now I'm interested to see what uh, uh, I'm interested to see what discussions people have had about other mediums, like the best movie of the decade or the best song of the decade or the best YouTube video of the decade, things like that. I don't know. I think if I had to pick, my favorite YouTube video of the decade would hold on, someone's knocking on my door. False alarm, never mind. Um, so my favorite YouTube video of the decade would probably have to be Gangnam Style because yeah, when that video came out, I was in high school when that came out. I think it was in the summer, I believe. But yeah, once I came out, I instantly fell in love with it. It became like one of my favorite songs of all time. I was super obsessed with it. Hell, that same year when the song came out, I dressed up as Psy for Halloween, and yeah, it was the best. All I needed was a tuxedo and sunglasses. I mean, I already had the tuxedo, from being in the orchestra. I already owned the tuxedo, so I didn't need to. It was a low budget costume, so yeah, I didn't really need to do anything before it. So, and I don't know what I wore for glasses. I might have wore just like old 3D glasses that I had. I don't know, because yeah, these are transitionals, so they I can't wear regular sunglasses without going blind. But whatever. That sucks. I can't wear sunglasses. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about this video. I mean, you know, having been born in 1996, the 2010s it's the second full decade that I've been able to you know live throughout start and finish. And my thing's falling off the whatever. So yeah, the, I don't know. Like I said, this is like the second decade that I lived through start to finish. So, and I think one of the best things about this decade for me is that my little sister was born in March of 2010. So yeah, and she'll be 10 next year. So probably yeah, definitely one of the best things that happened to me personally in my life in the 2010s, if not the best. And yeah. Life's been very interesting for me in the 2010s, like I said earlier, and also I got to perform in two major cities in that time too. I got to perform in New York and Chicago while I was in the orchestra, so that was awesome. So, anyways, let's finish off the video and let's get started with randomness now, shall we? Random object of the day. It's really cool. This is a Kirby plush. My mom got it for me. She surprised me. She surprised me with this. And yeah, I don't really have a lot of Kirby merchandise. I have a Kirby amiibo, but that's really about it. So I'm glad I have this. And I'm sorry about the weird lighting in this video. But yeah, this still has the tag on it. It's all in Japanese, so I can't read a damn thing in it. That sucks. But yeah, I love this thing. It's really cute. So random fun fact of the day. Did you know that the Crash Bandicoot dance, or the Crash dance, was created for a Japanese commercial for Crash 1, and it was used starting in Crash Bandicoot 2, and it was because that's the first time it was used in a video game, and the Crash dance has been used ever since. So yeah, it is cool. It is cool that the Crash dance was used for promotional material for the original Crash one. So yeah, because in the Insane Trilogy, Crash can finally do the Crash dance within game of Crash Bandicoot 1 in the remake. So that's really cool. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and ring the bell to be notified of future videos I make. And stay tuned for my first video of the year, which will be tomorrow. I always upload a video for the first day of the year also, as well as the last day of the year. So yeah, once again, I'm Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and thank you so much for watching until the end. That's it for me, and I will see you in 2020. I'll see you in the next year and the next decade. What's the defining trait going to be for the 2020s? I have no freaking idea. Maybe the rise of streaming. It's impossible to say at this point. I mean, streaming like television shows and whatnot, but again, it's hard to tell right now. See you in 2020. Goodbye.